The push-pull technique is a powerful strategy in dating that creates an irresistible attraction dynamic. It involves alternating between creating distance, which is the pushing, and showing interest, which is the pulling, to keep someone engaged and intrigued. This method uses human psychology, triggering emotional responses that intensify attraction and desire. By mastering this technique, you can become the women chase rather than always being the pursuer. It's about creating a balance between scarcity and availability, indifference and interest, that keeps her constantly thinking about you. This video is about the key strategies to effectively implement the push-pull technique, helping you become more attractive and desired in your dating life. 1. Make use of time limits. Implementing time constraints is a powerful way to enhance the push-pull dynamic. By limiting the duration of your interactions, you create a sense of scarcity around your time and attention. This scarcity principle is a fundamental aspect of human psychology that increases perceived value. When you're engaged in conversation, casually mention an upcoming commitment. For example, you might say, "I'm really enjoying our chat, but I've got to head out in about 15 minutes for a meeting." This accomplishes two things. It shows that you have a full, interesting life outside of this interaction, and it creates a mild sense of urgency in the other person. The key is to deliver this information naturally, without making it seem like you're trying to end the interaction. If the conversation is going well, you can even extend your time slightly, saying something like, "You know what? I can probably stay a few more minutes. This conversation is too good to cut short." This gesture will be appreciated even more because of the contrast with your initial time constraint. 2. Ask your crush to do something, but make sure a string's attached. Conditional invitations are a sophisticated way to incorporate both the push and pull elements simultaneously. They involve extending an invitation while attaching a playful condition or a challenge. Let me give you some examples. You might say, "I'll give you my number, but only if you promise not to text me too often." Or even say, "I'd love for you to meet my friend, but I'm afraid he'll like you too much." These statements work on multiple levels. They show that you're interested in spending time together, which is the push. The conditions attached serve as a gentle pull, creating a small obstacle or challenge. This challenge is key. It makes the other person want to prove themselves worthy of your time and attention. Moreover, these conditional invitations often inject humor into the interaction, keeping things light and playful. They also subtly communicate that you have standards and aren't afraid to express them, which can be very attractive. The key is to deliver these lines with a smile and a tone that clearly indicates you're being playful, not genuinely concerned about the conditions you're setting. 3. Fluctuate between making and avoiding eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful tool in nonverbal communication, and when used strategically, it becomes a cornerstone of the push-pull technique. The key is to alternate between periods of intense, focused eye contact and moments where you deliberately break that connection. This creates a dynamic interplay of attention and mystery. When you're speaking with someone, maintain strong, confident eye contact. This shows that you're fully engaged and interested in the conversation. It's a clear push signal, drawing the other person in. However, at key moments, break this contact. Look away as if something has momentarily caught your attention, or as if you're deep in thought. This brief withdrawal acts as a pull, creating a moment of uncertainty. The power of this technique lies in its subtlety. When you re-establish eye contact, do it slowly and deliberately. A slight smile as your eyes meet again can be incredibly impactful, suggesting that your thoughts have returned to them. This dance of connection and disconnection keeps the other person engaged and curious about what you're thinking. 4. Make comments to trigger positive and negative emotions. The push-pull technique can be verbally implemented by making comments that trigger both positive and negative emotions in quick succession. This emotional roller coaster keeps the other person engaged and invested in your interactions. The key is to balance genuine compliments with light, playful teasing. Start with a sincere compliment that shows you've been paying attention to their qualities or achievements. For example, "I really admire how dedicated you are to your work." This positive reinforcement acts as a push, drawing them closer emotionally. Follow this quickly with a more playful or slightly challenging comment like, "It's almost intimidating how put together you always seem to be." This second comment serves as a gentle pull. It's not negative enough to be offensive, but it creates a small emotional hurdle for them to overcome. It might make them want to prove that they're not intimidating, or it could spark a playful debate. The goal is to keep them emotionally invested and slightly off balance in a good way. 5. Stop kissing before she does. This technique is a powerful way to create desire and leave your partner wanting more. By ending a kiss first, you're taking control of the situation and creating a sense of anticipation. When you pull away and say, "We shouldn't be doing this," you're introducing an element of forbidden desire, which can be incredibly alluring. This move serves multiple purposes. First, it shows self-control and confidence, traits that are generally attractive. Second, it leaves your partner slightly off balance, wondering why you stopped and if they did something wrong. This uncertainty can increase their desire for you and make them more eager for your next encounter. However, it's crucial to use this technique with care. The tone and context in which you say, "We shouldn't be doing this," should be playful and teasing, not serious or judgmental. The goal is to create a tantalizing moment of hesitation, not to make your partner feel rejected or ashamed. 6. Alternate between open and closed body language. Body language is a powerful, often subconscious form of communication that can significantly impact attraction. By alternating between open and closed body postures, you can create a push-pull dynamic without saying a word. When you want to push or create some distance, use closed body language. Cross your arms, turn your body slightly away, or create physical barriers between you and the other person. This sends a subtle signal of disinterest or unavailability. However, be careful not to overdo this, as it can come across as hostile if maintained for too long. To pull them back in, switch to open body language. Stand or sit with your feet apart, keep your arms open at your sides, and face them directly. Make eye contact to show you're engaged and interested. This openness invites them back into your space emotionally and physically. The key to this technique is the alternation. By switching between these postures, you create a dynamic where the other person is never quite sure where they stand with you. This uncertainty, when handled skillfully, can be intriguing and attractive. Body language should complement your verbal communication and overall demeanor. The changes in your posture should feel natural and aligned with the flow of your interaction, not forced or artificial. When done right, this subtle dance of body language can significantly enhance the push-pull dynamic and keep the other person engaged and interested. 7. Be careful not to go excessive with your pulls. The essence of an effective push-pull technique lies in subtlety. Your pulls should be gentle enough to create intrigue without causing confusion or discomfort. Start by showing genuine interest through small, thoughtful gestures or compliments. These acts serve as your push, drawing the other person closer emotionally. When it comes to the pull, avoid dramatic or abrupt changes in behavior. Instead, introduce slight variations in your attention or availability. For instance, after being particularly attentive one day, you might be a bit more reserved in your next interaction. This creates a mild sense of uncertainty that keeps the other person engaged and interested. Remember, the goal is to create a rhythm of closeness and distance that feels natural, not manipulative. Your pulls should leave them wanting more, not questioning your interest entirely. By mastering this balance, you'll create a dynamic that keeps them thinking about you and eager for your next interaction. Mastering the push-pull technique is about creating a dynamic, engaging interaction that keeps both parties interested and invested. By implementing these strategies, from subtle flirtation and time constraints to strategic body language and emotional triggers, you can create an irresistible aura of mystery and attraction. Remember, the key is balance. Too much pushing can lead to disinterest, while too much pulling can come across as game playing or manipulation. The goal is to create a natural ebb and flow of attention and intrigue that keeps the other person thinking about you long after your interactions. As you practice these techniques, you'll develop a keen sense of timing and intuition, allowing you to adapt your approach to different personalities and situations. Ultimately, the push-pull technique, when used ethically and skillfully, can transform your dating life, making you the person others chase rather than the other way around. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comments section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.